Hello everyone. We're heading into the new Exdeath series boss battle extreme version. Gonna go for an all missions clear, which is pretty much just kill it in 15 turns or less. I'm gonna do it a 5-unit party, leaving the friend slot open. Team I put together for this. Up first we have Fundamental Force. So party slot matters a little bit, mostly for Melissa. So slot 1, Fundamental Force. Cape is her death immunity. Winged Heart, made sure that she had Warren, Ailment Resist, and Limit Focus. So 300 Beast, 350 Human from Lakshmi, 100 Plant, 300 Limit Damage. Up next is Wilhelm, so he's going to tank for us and everything. Blizzard Orb is his death immunity. Esther's card, because it's a good tank and damage for him. Decent amount of elemental resist. So we got 290 Beast, 300 Human, 290 Plant, 300 Limit Damage, 100% Evasion, and made sure he was not provoking. Slot 3, we have Zahn, so Blizzard Orb, his death immunity, Discernment, and Limit Focus. So 300 Beast, 300 Human, 340 Plant Killer, thanks to Shiva, 300 limit damage. And Melissa is in slot 4, so it's very important that she is in slot 4. She is our provoker. Blizzard Orb is her death immunity. The coat is there for full evade. Materia for full draw attacks. I did give her both Materias that give her racial mitigations at the start. A little bit of defense, a little bit of spirit with the card. And she also does have Phoenix Esper with the Auto Med skill learned, so even if she does happen to get confused or something, it will auto cure. We won't actually lose a turn. And then we have Esther as our leader. Cape, her death immunity. Winged Heart, Ailment Resist, and Limit Focus. So she has 350 Beast Killer for the second part, and 300 Human, Plant, and Limit Damage. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, first up, Melissa. So, shared immunity. We're going to put up Shelga, magic mitigation, and then we can Parasol Shield just because she doesn't really have anything to do that I need done right there. Fundamental Force. We're going to Lightning Imbue the party. I'm going to Veil for mitigations. And we can Plasma Storm. For Wilhelm. Siege, Attrition, and Shocking Spear. For Esther, so we're going to put up the field. We're going to Spike for stat buffs. And then we're going to do her Human Killer. And Zahn, slightly free turn, so we're just going to Quick and Double Trick. Alright, Melissa. So we're going to Human Killer on Fundamental. Chronic Flow for some mana. And Shared Immunity, just refresh that. For Esther, we're going to Limit Plus. We're going to do the regular Storm that gets recharged. And then just bolting with Crash. For Zahn, we're going to use one of his good breaks. So I'm going to do Enervating, Deadly Daggers for Limit, and Trick to Bolt. Wilhelm needs to put up cover, so we're going to Safeguard. We're going to use his regular limit, save the plus, and Bolting with Transfusion. And then for Fundamental, Hypernova the boost limit. We're going to use her regular limit, save the plus, and just Bolting. Alright, so turn 3. Wilhelm, we're going to use Overdrive number 1. Melissa. So we're going to Human Killer on Wilhelm. Refresh Shelga. And Sheared. And everybody else is going to limit. So we should get a pretty decent burst going here. Yep, almost dead. So Melissa ate the can't block death, which is why she's in slot 4. Because you can't dispel her starter re-raise, which is also nice, but that way we don't lose anything from her dying. Alright, so turn 4. Melissa. But really she just needs to heal, but we'll do Sheared and Shelga as well. But we just want her full health going into the next fight. So my Zahn and Fundamental are EX2, so we're actually going to use their supers this turn to reset the timer. Triple Bolting on Wilhelm and Esther. Alright, Melissa turn 1 here. We're going to Shelga, Shared Immunity, and Chronic Flow. For Esther, so we're going to overcharge to get the big killers. We'll do Limit Plus, and then Regular Storm, because both of those will refresh. For Zahn, we're going to Deadly Daggers and Double Trick. Wilhelm. So we're actually going to Safeguard turn 1. And then Siege and Attrition. And Fundamental, we're going to Lightning Imbue the party. Then she can Plasma and Hypernova. Alright, so Fundamental got picked on there. Alright, for Melissa, we're going to toss out a heal and refresh Shelga in Sheared. Everybody else is going to limit and get a little damage in there. We're also partially doing it so we can steal Esther's buffs after. So Melissa's pretty much provoking all the dispels. Alright, Melissa, same thing as last turn. Mainly to get sheared up back on herself, but we'll just toss out a heal, even though nobody needs it. Shelga, and sheared immunity. For Esther, refresh field, spike for stats, and then we'll just bolting chain with crash. Zahn, we're going to fatal on Esther, steal all the good buffs, and just double trick. For Wilhelm, shocking spear, and double transfusion. And fundamental, we're going to do Spectrum, just her 100 boost. A Veil for mitigation. And Lightning imbue the party. Or at least refresh that. Alright, looks like Wilhelm got picked on that time. Alright, Melissa. So we're just going to double heal. And shield immunity. For Esther. Get ready to burst. So limit plus. Storm plus. And then we're going to light speed on Melissa. For Zahn, we're going to Enervating, get the good break. Fatal on himself to refresh his own buffs. And Projected to give it to everybody else. Wilhelm. We need to Safeguard for cover. We're going to limit plus. And then we can use Fortify just to make sure that he's good to go no matter what. And then for Fundamental, we're going to limit plus. And just double bolting. And this way we get set up for the big burst next turn. Alright, for Melissa. We're going to Shelga. Sheared. And seconds on Esther. Wilhelm is going to overdrive number 2. And everybody else gets the limits. So let's see how much damage we get out of this big burst here. Pretty decent. Alright, so Fundamental got picked on. Esther got picked on. Probably a couple more of those coming next turn. Alright, Melissa. Toss out a heal. We're going to Shelga. And Sheared. Esther. So we're going to Lightspeed on Zahn. Smiles with Sylvie. And just toss out a bolting. For Zahn, just going to have him Fatal himself, keep refreshing his buff timer, and double trick. For Wilhelm, Safeguard for Omni Cover, Siege and Attrition. And then for Fundamental, refresh Lightning Imbue on the party. Plasma. And a bolting. Alright, so Melissa only got blinded there, but if she had gotten confused or something, Phoenix would have definitely made that okay. Alright, Melissa, pretty much going to do the same thing we did before. So toss out a heal, Shelga, and Sheared. Get ready for another burst. So Esther, we're going to limit plus. We're going to Storm because I already used up plus. And we're going to Lightspeed on Zahn again so that he can give us the good buffs back. Zahn. We can Deadly Daggers. We can Survival off Wilhelm. And just project all the buffs. Wilhelm. So we're going to charge for 150. We can Impair and Transfusing. And Fundamental. So we're going to Spectrum Plus for her 150. Hypernova to boost limits, and a bolting. Alright, Melissa. We're going to Shelga. Shield immunity. And then we're just going to minutes to give herself some stat buffs for now, because she got dispelled. Wilhelm uses Last Overdrive. And everybody's going to limit. That was a pretty good burst. So we might have somebody die. We're going to get a bunch of those fixed attacks, I believe. Alright, Wilhelm. We need to safeguard and double transfusing. Melissa is going to super and target herself. Esther. We're going to Rainbow Storm and double crash for bolting. And then Fundamental and Zahn are going to bolt super. So it looks like we can finish it off this turn. Yep, we got him. So if he didn't die, I do have another turn set up. So that is 2 extra turns before 15. So that was turn 13. Take a look at who did what. So obviously Esther did the most damage. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to get that close to doing her damage. Fundamental did pretty good. And Wilhelm, even tanking, did fairly decent as well. But that is the all missions clear for Exdeath. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.